I don't even know if I've ever been to a baby's baptism. But I think what's interesting about doing it as an adult, it feels like a gift. It feels like a gift, you know, like I really was given a gift from God, like a second chance, if you will. My parents got divorced when I was in high school, and that was really difficult. And I think I wanted to escape, you know. And I liked all forms of escape because I was very much in my head all the time and had a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry and a lot of fear. And the only way to really turn that off was to escape from it. Alcohol was probably my favorite form of escape, for sure. It was the most effective. You know, you have pain and you try to make sense of the pain and find a way to get some relief. And I was looking for relief in every other place, but God. It affected every part of my life, and mostly my spiritual, mental, emotional well-being and health. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I stood for. This conversation I've been having with myself, I need to stop doing this. Why am I doing this? Over and over again, but not knowing how to stop the ride or the cycle, not knowing how to stop it. In 2016, a very, very close friend of mine died in a car accident. And it was devastating. It was really, really hard. Adam passing was that event, I guess, was a big motivating factor to change. I saw how that affected everybody's that was still here, like his family, his friends, and I didn't want to do that to my family, and it kind of made me wake up. And so I got sober in February of 2016. His family, they grew up Lutheran. Having dealt with that loss, they were looking for some comfort, and so they were looking for a new church and had gone on the Wells website and saw that there was a new church in Atlanta called In Town. Since I lived in the neighborhood at the time, I started meeting them here on Sundays. It was kind of my first experience at church, and I mostly came to support them. I had never prayed before. I had never gone to church. I had never read the Bible. I didn't know how that worked. I liked going. I liked being there. I liked what Pastor Lucas had to say. Everybody was very welcoming. Part of my recovery is service to others. So a church is a great way to do service and get involved in the community. So I started signing up for those type of things, and seeing the impact we were having in the community and being part of that made me love it more. And In Town offers Bible Basics class. I think that's probably one of the best, most useful tools we have, because he invited me to it, of course. I had done a lot of work on myself, but I still had a really, really hard time finding forgiveness, I think, for myself. It was kind of a roadblock for me. And hearing about grace over and over again, every week, and having conversations with people like, if God can forgive me, right, then I should be able to forgive myself. Like, no one's more powerful than God. And if he's giving me forgiveness, then I think it's okay for me to forgive myself too. And I think that was a huge, huge thing my recovery was missing. And I found that here, and I ended up finding it through Jesus, but I didn't know that was gonna happen. I don't think I expected it to happen either.
With that, we are ready for our baptism today, so we invite Lauren to come on forward. Lauren Glennie, I baptize you in the name of the Father,
Learning
the Son,
God's love and grace for you, and compassion and forgiveness, like, it's freeing. It's freeing, and it opens your eyes to a whole different way of living, to live life and look at life from a completely different perspective.
Mission churches are, by nature of what they are, they're set up to reach people who are far from God and people who have questions. And Lauren would be a great example of this. Wells Home Missions allows us to reach people like Lauren.
Wells Home Missions is filled with incredible stories, just like Lauren's, from all over North America. And imagine how many more lost souls right here in our own backyards can be brought home to Jesus and find that same freedom that Lauren has found. That's why Wells Home Missions is launching a new initiative, an ambitious initiative, to plant 100 new missions in 10 years. Yes, 100 new churches over the next 10 years. And in addition to planting 100 new mission churches, we also plan on enhancing 75 existing ministries over the course of the next 10 years. This extra boost for an already self-supporting congregation could mean the ability to call an additional pastor or staff minister. It could even mean the restart of a church who has renewed their efforts to go with the gospel into their community, or the ability for a church to start a new cross-cultural ministry. Sound a bit bold, even unimaginable? Well, that's because it is. Because acting in response to Jesus' unimaginable, sacrificial love for us should be bold. And in order to boldly and aggressively reach our goal of 100 new missions, we all need to take action and hear Christ's call to go. Go and make disciples. We know that hand in hand with our brothers and sisters in Christ from across the Synod, we can accomplish things that, humanly speaking, would be impossible. Because that's exactly how God does His impossible work, through mere human beings, just like us. And we know that our God is a God who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine.
I know that it may seem like a daunting task. How are we going to start 100 new churches? But speaking from experience, a new mission church is a powerful and important thing. In every new mission church, the pastor and core group are forced to contextualize that specific ministry to the area where they are. They need to understand their community so that they can design a ministry that's going to fit that community and meet people right exactly where they are.
A part of me feels like this church found me and not the other way around. I wasn't looking for it. I've learned what I'm capable of, not necessarily even me, but with God behind me, you know? Giving me that strength that I can't always muster on my own. Not having to live in that anxiety and fear all the time. My faith allows me to wake up every day and just focus on the 24 hours ahead of me. Because I'm not in control, because I know I'm not in control, I don't have to worry about tomorrow or 5 years down the line. And I don't have to worry about the past because God forgave me for it. It's life-changing, clearly. It really, really is. If there's more places like this and other places for other people, I'm all for it. I would like more people to have that opportunity.